in a galaxy far, far away.
So if y'all want to start laughing, just wait. There's a online tool by the Hollywood Commission called the MyConnext platform, and it's been launched by, it's being led by Anita Hill of violating Clarence Thomas's rights, committing perjury during a hearing on him becoming a justice on the Supreme Court, and basically libeling and slandering a fellow black person by saying horrible things about him during a Senate hearing. Nina Shaw, who I'm not sure who she is, and guess who else? Just wait, you guys. Kathleen Kennedy. So this is what Crazy's been doing for the last, 7 months. It is an independent nonprofit corporation. What MyConnext is secure, all-in-one online tool, research center, and reporting system for the entertainment industry workers, exploring their options when confronting harassment, bullying, or any other type of workplace abuse. It's an independent corporation with its own management committee. MyConnext offers the workers the opportunity to create a time-stamped personal record of their experience, ask questions about policy, procedures, and how to report through a safe and anonymous messaging function, and securely report workplace misconduct anonymously, if they so choose. Through its hold for match function, the platform allows workers to submit an anonymous report that is held securely, pending a second report by another abuser. When another person submits a report against the same individual, making a match, both reports are released to the user's designated organization. So I'm going to put the article from Deadline in the description so you guys can actually read it. Basically, this thing is going to exist entirely independently of the Hollywood Commission. Those on its management committee include Reframe Director Andrea Wilson Mirza, Dr. Louise Fitzgerald, Professor Emerita of Psychology and Department of Gender and Women's Studies at the University of Illinois, and an expert on the psychology of sexual harassment, and Woki Nwa Boeza, an award-winning workplace culture expert and ombuds officer for Princeton University. So this is basically what looks to me like an Antifa, BLM, whatever. And Kennedy putting her name on it, it could mean lots of things. I mean, she could be planning on using it against Bob Iger, which he already knows she's doing it. So I really think that this is a stupid idea on her part. It won't work. It seems smart when you think about it, but don't underestimate Bob Iger. And again, I think she's just stupid enough to do that. But I also kind of think that it has a lot to do with somebody else, and something else going on at Lucasfilm, and it is going to maybe soften the blow should a certain lawsuit go to trial. And so she's part of this. It's cover her own ass, I think, and it has something to do with Gina. Anita Hill, the great Clarence Thomas slanderer, and you could think of libelist. She went in front of the Senate and basically said vicious things about him, as per like Stormy Daniels' lies about Trump. She's a very, very angry woman and a bad person. I'm not sure who Nina Shaw is. I don't know anything about her. I suppose I could go look her up, but if she's anything like the rest of the management committee, we've got a gender studies, women's studies professor. We've got somebody who calls herself Wokey on the management committee. And really, this just looks like a thing that they set up just to hurt people. I don't look at any of these things as being legitimate because there's no way you can think about it that way. And then, of course, what does it have to do with Gina Carano? First, Gina could actually use it and complain about Kennedy to Kennedy's face. Okay, which would be very tempting to do. Second of all, if it had been available when Gina was being harassed and almost forced to go through a fucking struggle session by jackasses like this at Kennedy's behest. Okay. All right. If she had access to something like this, she could have used it because she was abused and bullied at the workplace. Okay. Second of all, is it damage control should the emails that Gina Carano has on her come out alleging all kinds of things, and really other instances where racism, John Boyega, Carrie Hart would have a legitimate gripe, etc. Those charges could be leveled at Kennedy. Okay, there's a reason why Gina talked about the emails. There's a reason why we already know that they're going to be part of the evidence package should her lawsuit go to trial. All right? And there's a reason why Kennedy doesn't want this to happen. Is because her true self is going to show through, and it's going to be very bad for her. Okay? This is, in my opinion, just an example of Kathleen Kennedy's lack of self-awareness. Okay? And so, let's talk more.
I thought one just drew a pentagram on the floor and chanted, "I summon thee," 3 times.
Yeah, when are you going to stop blighting the environment with this atrocity? My God, can't you see that it wants to die? Let it go.
Kill for a good piece of dirt on someone? What are you talking about? If her family money didn't come from timber, where did it come from? Urinal cakes?
I don't believe this. All these years,
The doyenne of Seattle's elite, looking down her nose at everyone in sight. She owes it all to this. She's managed to have her urinal cake and eat it, too. Hello, Marta. Like to speak to Maris. Oh, why not? Ah. She's in the final level of her guru's serenity training, the week-long vow of silence. Day 6. No, Marta, that's all right. She doesn't have to come to the phone. Just give her this message. I've flushed out her family secret. Hello, Maris.
Get out.
Be here all night!
Get out!
The fact that Kennedy conveniently forgot that she's part of the lawsuit over the pretty much the stuff that this My Connects is being created to stop is hilarious. There's a lack of self-awareness. There's an absolute lack of understanding of her world at this moment. I mean, this woman seemed pretty cowed at, the Dodger Blue Star Wars night interview. She seemed pretty much anonymous at George's 80th birthday party. She was there. Okay. And here's the deal. If you look at Gina's lawsuit, you can safely assume that this bitch right here was the one that started that GoFundMe account, which was actually an anti-Gina Carano account. So she's part of this. Kathleen Kennedy hired her. Okay. These are things that are true. All right. These are, she was hired by Kennedy after she gave her the pitch for the Trash-A-Lite, and here we are. All right. She's an angry activist. She's not exactly intelligent. Her quotes about George Lucas are just staggeringly ignorant, stupid, and misandrist. She's got all this baggage from working for Harvey Weinstein. All right. And she does. She has baggage from working for him. And, we got to be honest about it. Okay. Gina Carano, and I'm sure there's lots of other people that worked with Leslie Headland, who have a lot of complaints about her, harassment, bullying, etc. Sending emails demanding you go through a struggle session with 40 different people on a Zoom call because you won't fucking put pronouns in your Twitter bio. I mean, if that's not bullying and harassment, I don't know what is. Okay. Leslie Headland, as far as I can tell by looking at the evidence, was part of it. Okay. She was part of that. And we cannot forget that. Okay. So is it going to change anything? No. Okay. This is, I think, a cover your own ass thing from Kennedy. She was probably invited to go do it. And of course, she takes herself so seriously that she immediately did. And again, it's cover your own ass. Okay. It is not done out of her need to protect workers, because she sure as fuck didn't protect Gina Carano. Okay. From being abused and bullied at by Kennedy's minions. Here's the deal. Kennedy doesn't have to say, I want you to drive her off. Okay. All she has to do is say something like, she's saying disagreeable things, blah, 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 and not tell them to do anything. The doing something is implied, okay, by her, and the subtext is full of go after her. Okay, and that's what they did. There was a story out there that Pablo Hidalgo was mocking Gina because her sister got COVID. And Gina basically ripped him to shreds. Okay. He went to Kennedy and cried about it. Now, I look at that and saying, aren't you the wussy little fuck? First off, at the time, no one knew much about COVID. And, she was asking questions, legitimate questions. And to sit there and say anything about any of her family suffering from it is bullshit. And, there's so many instances where this guy should have been fired Yet there he is. And instead of him being called out for bullying, harassment, etc., and the other people that were doing it to Gina, she's the one who lost her job. Now do you understand the issue? But now we've got Kennedy covering herself up with righteousness and workers of the world unite bullshit with this My Connects, allying herself with one of the biggest frauds, I think, that has ever graced the Senate witness stand, Anita Hill, who blatantly went out there to attack Clarence Thomas. And this Nina Shaw, who I don't know who she is. But when you look at the other management team, this is Wokey McWokerton. Okay, what they're doing now, these other women, is they're trying to protect woke employees from getting fired because they're not doing their jobs. Okay, this is the reaction of people who lack skill and education, who lose jobs or are not getting the promotions they think they should have because they're black or yellow or they're women or they're, some alphabet soup, non-binary, whatever, freak. When, it's designed to attack meritocracy in Hollywood. Okay. That's what it is. It's not going to do anything to stop sexual harassment. That'll never stop. Look, when Harvey Weinstein went to jail, the casting couch still existed. The casting couch still is there. Okay. And that's the thing. You can put My Connects up, but it's not going to change anything. Now, it could actually be the cause of some harm to innocent people's reputations, which is my concern, and maybe that's the point here. And if Kennedy again thinks she can use this against Iger, what a dumbass, okay? If she thinks that she can cover her own ass from being called out as a bigot herself and a bully herself, if, the emails come out or whatever, and she can protect herself by, standing up for minorities in Hollywood that are being harassed and abused sexually, blah, blah, blah. No. This isn't enough because everybody knows what she did. This will not be enough to help her reputation. Okay? And I it's the most laughable thing I've ever seen in my life. Her doing this. You're just kind of looking at her going, Kathy, let it go. Just let it go. Anyway, I gotta run. I'm gonna be on Corian tonight with Cameron Pasha and I think it's the Writer Brothers. So if you guys want, I will throw a link up before we go live so you can join the discussion. We're going to be discussing this issue, but also religious symbolism. So, and it's going to be the Catholic point of view. Anyway, this is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.